Hi everybody, welcome back to Eileen's Craft Nook. All right, today I have a little mishmash of items I'm working on. I had done these coasters, I had started them. I was just using some leftover resin. I had some from previous projects, and I hadn't recorded it. So for these ones, I just did a very thin layer of blue resin with I believe I had blue mica in it. I can't remember. I can't remember what project I was working on when I poured this one, but so I did that with all three of these. So these all have the kind of like the indents in them, and I just poured, like I said, the thin layer. So I poured some in there. I kind of swirled it around, and then I just went in with a micro brush to clean up anything that I didn't in the areas I didn't want. And then I did the same thing with these two bells. I poured the gold in, and these have the one has reindeer, one has the tree, and I did the same thing. So I'm going to finish those today. I also have this mold that just came in, so I'm going to pour that one. And I have this, which is like a chocolate mold, and I want to do the snow globe part of it. And my plan is I have some really pretty Christmas stickers that I got from Temu, and I think I'll use those in it. So I just want to pour a nice thin clear layer on the snow globe part, because it'll be the first layer, and then I'm not sure, maybe use blue down here at the bottom. So let's start with that because I have the clear made. So we're just going to start with a thin layer. In this part. And I'll spray this with some isopropyl because my resin, it's cooler here now. We're, getting some snow, and we had freezing rain. And anyways, my resin's a little bit cooler, and I should probably start giving it some hot baths before I use it. Put my part A in some warm water just to heat it up a bit so that it doesn't get so bubbly. Definitely cool resin if it's not at the temperature. Most resins will tell you what temperature they should be at. I think it's normally around 75. And if it's not, you're definitely going to get more bubbles. And this is a 1-to-1 resin, so it's a little thicker anyways. All right. So the first thing I wanted to try is I have this faux snow that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. And this will show up better if it's based in black. So I think I might mix some with my clear, pour it, and then do a third layer of black. So I'm just going to open this up. It's fairly messy. Anybody's worked with this stuff, it kind of, just open the bag. I have it all over my glove. And I'm going to pour some into a little cup. And let's mix some of that in and do a thin layer. This will just kind of give you guys an idea of different methods you can do with these. See which one you like better. The colors, what colors go together. All right, let me grab my spoon. And we'll put that in there. So if you're looking for something to add to your resin that doesn't cost a whole lot, this comes in the white that I'm using, kind of like a white, it's almost iridescent. Actually, it is iridescent, but it also comes in a blue. I have the blue stuff as well, which I've used before, and it's rather nice. So I'm gonna give that a good amount, and then we'll give it a stir. Okay, I'm going to add a little more resin to that. That thickened up. That really thickened up. There we go. And let's put this one in the Let It Snow. See how pretty that is? I don't know if the, well, I think my light's shining directly on it. That is really pretty. So I suggest, and they usually only have this at Christmas time. So if you live near a Dollar Tree, if you, I know they have them here in Canada, they have them in the States. I'm sure they sell something similar to this in other stores, but I suggest you grab some while they have it. The other thing I have, and I'm just going to wipe my cup out so I don't have to use a bunch of cups. Because for this next method, I don't care that that snow's in it. I have these that I also picked up at one of the local dollar stores here that we have called Dollarama. And this is a vase filler, but I thought this mixed up with, just a second, let me grab it. Okay, I have this, it's called Starry Night. They call it a UV resin pigment. I'm going to try that. I purchased this on Temu. There was a set of 5. I did show it in one of my Temu hauls, which I just got a new one today. I got a new bag, just came in. I haven't even opened it yet, with some molds in it. And what I want to do, let's see what color that gives us. I want it to be fairly, yeah, it just kind of gives it a glisten. You can see that. So it doesn't color it. It gives it like a really pretty sheen. And I wondered what it'd be like to add this stuff to it. So let's go ahead and do that. Oops, got quite a bit in there. Okay. And give that a mix. So let's pour this one with this. Let's see what we get. Now, I'm not sure if that base filler will just disappear, or I think it will show. Now, you could even mix the base filler with those flakes I used earlier. All right, we just want to make sure we get it right up around that little rubber piece at the top that forms the hole to put our string through. And there we go. So we'll see how this turns out. I'm interested if those little beads are just going to disappear because it's clear resin, or if they will have any sort of presence. Now, with this last one, this one, I was undecided. I thought with the, I was thinking just like a really pretty white glitter. So I have this one, which is called Snow from Recollections. But I thought I might mix that with something just to give it a little bit of oomph. And I was almost thinking like a little bit of the blue. I hadn't made up my mind yet. Not sure what that would look like. Let me pour my resin. white. I'm just using the same cup. I'm not that worried about whether I get cross-contamination from what I've done. So this, I'm going to try this starry blue again, and I'm going to add about 6-7 drops. To that, I'm going to add some of this glitter, extra fine glitter from Michaels. Give it a good mix, and let's see what that looks like first before I add any blue glitter. I'm not sure if I want the blue glitter or not. Now this is going to be very translucent. I could add some white to it to give it a little more color, but I don't want to dim down the... I am going to add some blue. We're going to play around here. So there's some blue. That's pretty. Now I'm hoping that, you know, there are letters are blue, but I'm hoping that it doesn't blend too much with having the blue background. Okay. Use all that up. Now this time I am going to have to switch cups because I'm going to move on to these gold ones, and I'm not using blue in them. Just want to get up around that. And I am going to take my dotting tool, and I'm just going to go around here, lightly go around the edges because there's glitter, not glitter, that blue initial coat is in the edges of this one and this one, so it actually shouldn't have any bubbles, but this one it's not. So, well, that one's pretty thick, so it's kind of hard to edge. All right, now I'm just going to give that another spritz. I'll give each of these a spritz. Well, it's going to be pretty see-through, but I'm interested to see what it's going to look like. Very interested. All right, so let's move on to our little reindeer. And I'm just going to get a clean cup. Sorry guys, I keep hitting the phone. It's in a different position because I have a different holder, and it's in front of me right now. It's clipped to the table in front of me, and I keep hitting it with my hand. All right, so I'm just going to pour this into the cup, and I think for this one, I'm going to use a red glitter, or like a burgundy colored glitter. All right, so I have, this is a glitter powder from Let's Resin, and I have this, and this is burgundy, and I have this I just picked up from Michaels, and it's called Garnet. So I think I might do a mixture of those two to do this one. Now, I haven't used this one yet, so I need to open it up. Okay, and we're just going to add some in here. Not sure how much I'm gonna need. Start with that. I can always come back and add some more. Now let's add some of this Garnet fine glitter. and see what we get. Ooh, that's rich, very rich. Wow, okay. Let's add that to our reindeer. That is a very sexy color. All right, so let's add our black. I have this black chunky glitter because I think I've decided to go black with this. I know green, and I know somebody might be yelling at me, green, green. I'm going against the flow and I'm doing black. So I'm going to pour some of this chunky glitter in here. And I'm going to add some of the fine, extra fine black glitter. And that's what we have. I used the same cup that I did the red in. Oh, and I had extra red. I just poured it into the bottom of my snow globe. Forgot to hit record. So we're going to fill this one with black. What I like is that these ornaments, while they'll have the design on the front, should be as equally pretty from the back with these nice glitters in them. The regular green glitter and I know what this one looks like because I've used it a couple times already. I'm going to take the lid off of that so it comes out a bit better. So I already know it's going to look like this if it's just on its own. I'm wondering if I should add some of that. This one's called sea foam. So let's add this one in. See how much we have. I don't know if I'm going to like that in there or not. It might be a little bit too light. But what I'm thinking is, isn't that pretty? Let me open it up and pour the tiniest amount in there. Just like that. I mean, it does give it a little bit of life, a little bit of texture. I'm not going to add a lot. We're going to add a little bit. Because the sea foam's not really Christmassy. So you can see that. All right, let's pour this in. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to give this spritz. So hopefully help with any bubbles that form along the edge. So my goal, I don't want to fill this mold up. I just want to go to the point. I need a smaller stick. I just want to go to the point of the stars in that, so that when I do my next layer, they will be a different color. So I just want to kind of take it easy in pouring this. Really not going to take a lot. I should probably find another mold to pour. I'm going to have more glitter than I needed. So I'm just going to use a stick to put it in so that I don't overdo it. So the stars and the bells. It's funny, it's kind of like in 3 layers. You have because the little ornaments, like here, and like the I don't know what you call it, tinsel, um, are lower, so they're higher than the bottom layer, but lower than the bell and the stars. And you really could, if you were very careful, do this in 3 layers so that the ornaments and the tinsel were one color, and then do a 3rd layer for the stars and the bell. Okay, so I did set that up so that, and I just took my stick. Anything on the bell will come off after it dries, but I just kind of wiped it back so those ornaments and the garland, I was trying to think of that name, not tinsel, garland, are exposed. Now that does leave my green layer to be pretty thin, so hopefully it's not too see-through. All right, I'm gonna grab another mold because I do have some green left in here. See what else we can put it into. Like that. My resin is starting to thick up a bit. All right. Okay, we're back. Some of these are dry now, and I have my new phone holder and a new microphone. So hopefully you guys can hear me okay and see me okay. Not see me, but see what we're doing. So I have something funny to share with you guys. Oh, my microphone fell off. Just a minute. There we go. I came in and can you see what's in the back of my mold here? First, I thought somebody had touched it, and then I looked at it closer and realized it's not a fingerprint. It's a cat print, which is super cute because now my cat's, imprinted this ornament forever. So not only did she do this one, but this one to a lighter extent has a tiny little cat print in it as well. So I guess she wanted this ornament will be hers because she signed it for me. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one. This is the Rudolph, or reindeer, with the red and the gold. Oh, that is so nice. I really like that. That red really stands out nice with the gold. Very pretty. Okay, so let's take the other look at the other one that she seemed to enjoy, and this one was the tree, which I ended up doing in black instead of green. Again, that's really striking. I like those. Okay, so let's take a look at these couples, and then we're also in this video going to finish off the ones that take more than one step. So this one, I don't remember what this one was. Let's take a look. Oh, look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. And that's just using this fake snow from Dollar Tree. What a nice impact that makes, especially on something that says let it snow. Now you could back that, normally you would back that in black. You can see what it looks like on my background here, but it looks just as nice without it. And when it's hanging in the tree, that's going to be gorgeous. Really like that. Wow, I'm going to definitely make more of these. If you're somebody who does blue and silver, you could do this like a little bit darker blue. Wow. Wow. Impressed with that one. Oh, so this one had those little clear base beads in it. Well, I definitely have some trimming to do on this one. So I don't like the impact as much as I like this. Those vase beads really did disappear, and if I hadn't put some of this stuff on the back, you wouldn't really see it. So not as nice. I do like the shape of this one though, and I like the design on it. So I'll be doing this one again. And this one just had the sparkly blue. Wow, that one's nice too. I think it looks better with the white, but I do like that. These are pretty molds. Okay, so this one is by far my favorite. Love the sparkle in it. Love that I'm using, you know, um, materials that come from, something like Dollar Tree, and you can pick up something that has such a pretty impact. And then these two. Are these two? I think I like the reindeer. And I love that my cat signed it for me. Okay, let's move on, and we're going to finish off these ones. And we have our snow globe here that we're working on as well. So let's move forward with that. Let's start with our snow globe. Now I picked up these really cute stickers from Temu, and they're clear, and there's a variety of them. They have like the gold embossing in them. I just thought they were really cute. So I'm going to use one of these, and the one I'm going to use, it was between, I couldn't decide between this one and this one. So there's that one. That, and this is the one I think I'm going to use, but I thought this one was really nice too, with the snowman and the fox. They're both really nice. So what I want to do is I want to make it look like there's some snow down here at the bottom, and that's going to kind of hide the line between the bottom of the snow globe and the top. So I'm going to use some of my Duraclear gloss with some of this snow fine glitter. So I'm just adding a little bit into my little pot here. If I had some of that fake snow, I would use that, but I don't have any of that. Although, you know what? This stuff would work too. I'll add some of this in too. Oops, it's going all over. Okay, it is messy stuff. Let me grab a spoon. Let's add a little bit of this in there too. Just to give it a little more sparkle. Okay. Stir that up. And I plan on making some snow for the globe itself, but I want that to be on the back layer so it doesn't impact the sticker that's in front of it. Let's add a little more Duracloth. I really just want to put this down here so that it looks like the snow that the snowman and the little bunny are in. Of course, this would have to dry before you would add any resin to it. We're going to start with this one. Now, when I pour my back color in, the only thing you're actually coloring are these little star ornaments. Because this piece here is like a cutout, but that's what you're coloring in, so stars. So I thought I'm just going to use some gold mica powder in this one. So I'm going to get some of that mixed in. Okay, so we're just going to fill this in with the gold. And like I said, the only thing that you're going to see in the gold are those little stars in the tree. I think I'm going to have just enough. Now for this one, our next layer is going to cover the deer and the trees, and then there'll be a third layer on this one. I've decided to do it in 3. So for this layer, I'm just going to, I think I'll do it in white. So I'm going to add some white. And I think I actually want this to be a flat white. So I'm going to use my Just Resin Titanium pigment paste. So there's not going to be any sparkle or anything to it because the green will bring sparkle, and I think my third layer will be sparkly. So I'm just going to make the white flat. So this I do have to be careful when I'm pouring because I only want to do the second layer. I don't want to get up to the third layer. So I'm just going to take my time. I let it fill in as it goes. So we're going to set this one aside to dry, like that. Now this one I was looking at, now this one I think I might do in 3 layers as well, because the second layer will be just the ornaments and then the garland, and then third layer would be the star and the bells, the 2 bells and the star. So I thought what I would do is I think I would like the garland to be white. So I'm going to go back to using some of my Duragloss with this white sparkle called Snow, which I picked up at uh, Michael's. And I'm just going to go in. I think I'll go in with a micro. Oh, maybe I'll use one of these. I'm going to use a micro brush. So I'm going to use a micro brush under the camera here. Micro brush, and I'm going to just add on the. Now I'll have to let this dry. Once it dries, I'll add the resin. And I'm just going to add it to the garland. Okay, I want a good layer on there. I want my bells to have a red bow on the top, so I'm using a little bit of this Let's Resin Burgundy glitter powder, and I'm going to again use the Dura gloss, and I'm going to add that to the top of the bows. And I will let these sit overnight to dry. All right. I thought I'd better use up this white resin while before it gets too thick. So I'm just going to pour it into a couple more ornaments here. I have this little tree. This will give it a white background, and then I'll make it a glittery tree in the middle. Oops. Okay, we're going to give that time to move around, and let me see what else I have here I can use. All right, these are a little hard to see, but I picked up these fabulous, so cute, little bit big for earrings for me, but they're like little mugs with whipped cream on top, and they have the whole top. So I'd probably more make it into a, for me, a keychain. So I'm just going to pour a little bit into the top part because where that whipped cream is, we'll make that into, that layer will be white. And I can do it has like, what do you call it? Not confetti. I can't remember what they're called. Maybe it's confetti. The baking, the little colorful baking things in there. Um, I can color those from the other side. What are they called? It's funny that that's left my head. So I'm just going to spread this around. Now, there's a candy cane there as well. That's going to be hard to do. You know what? I think I'll fill the candy cane, and what I can do is, again, from the other side, once it's finished, because I can do a top coat on it, I can add the red to it. So I'll do it white from this side, and then I can add the red from the other side. Sprinkles. That's what those are called. Oh my gosh, Eileen. Sprinkles. It just came to me. there's there's sprinkles on here. Until I don't bake a lot. Well, I like to bake, but crafting has pretty much taken over any time that I would have for baking. But with Christmas coming up, I'll do up some baking for Christmas. Okay, so I'm just getting that moved in there. It seems to be holding. It's not moving into the cup part, which is good because I think I'll do the cup red. And good. I still have some white I need to use up. We're going to leave that like that. All right, we're ready for the next round. So for this one, I had to decide what color to do the third layer. Now, this one you could, if you want, if you can see it from this side, you could leave it with just the 2 layers. And when you pulled it out, in between the deer and the trees, that would just be open area. And it would be beautiful that way as well. But I am going to add the third layer. I decided to go with a blue. And this is a gorgeous pigment powder from Michaels, and it's called Dark Blue. I love blues and purples when they have that sheen to them. They're just so gorgeous. So let's go ahead and add this. That is a beautiful color. Just gorgeous. So we're going to let that spread. I'm just going to scrape out my cup, get it all. Don't think I made quite enough resin, but I don't care if it fills it to the top as long as it gives it a coat. We'll see. I might have to make it more. See how we get this to flow. This mold actually, for a Christmas tree ornament, takes a good share of resin. I mean, it's not extensive, but I think that's good. I'm not going, as I said, it's not full, but that's okay. I should have made up a little more. I only made for 40 mil of resin. I should have made a bit more. Okay, let's get our stick wiped off. Now the next one, I'm going to move this over. I'm going to do this one in gold. Might have to use the rest. Yeah. So let's just get that, see how much we can get that to cover. So the last one is our snow globe. So what I want to do is I'm going to put a little bit of this resin on here so I can put my sticker into it. It's going to spread it around a bit. I don't want anything too thick at this point. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and add the sticker. I have a little bit of snow that will be in the front of the sticker, and then I'm going to add some in behind it as well. So here's the one that I chose to use. And I'm just going to use my tweezers, and I'm going to try to slide that in. I'm hoping to not have bubbles underneath of it. Okay, so I'm going to use my silicone tool, just kind of squishing those bubbles out. Excuse me, guys, I've managed to get myself a cold. So I'm hoping I'm squishing those bubbles out if there are any. All right, gonna add a little more resin. And I'm hoping that sticker doesn't float. It's not so far. I think it's adhered to the bottom layer of resin that was in there. All right, what I want to do is I'm going to get this snow I have from Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to get a little spoon. So I'm going to see if I can add a little bit more in down here, just to kind of hide that line between the sticker. Oh, that's spreading. I don't want it to spread a whole lot. Oops. Okay, let me get that pushed down in there. I don't want it, if it's behind the sticker, I don't care. I just don't want it to be all... Okay. Just like that. That looks good. And I do want just a tad, tiny bit in behind to look like the snow in the globe. That will also help if there's any bubbles. Okay, I think that's good. Right, we're going to add a little more resin, then we can fix that snow as we need to. I'll probably have to keep an eye on it. As it dries to make sure. I think the nice thing is those glitter flakes, you know, even if I think they're going to look nice, I don't want these ones coming up too far. I do want to keep them down so that it hides that line. I think this is a cute piece. Okay, so that's it for that one. Well, those are drying. I forgot. This one's actually done. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. Move this over. I don't want to get any resin pieces into it. There we go. So there's the mold. There's our finished piece. I think it's beautiful. You can see the gold stars a bit in those holes. Not a lot, but I do like that. So I'll put a ribbon in it. And I have another one for the tree. Okay, I think these are dry enough. It's probably been about 8 hours. So they're still soft, but I think we should be able to take them out. So let's start with this one. Oop. Okay, well that's interesting. My colors didn't really pull through on the bells, although they didn't, nothing stuck to the mold. You can see a little bit of silver. So what I can do is I can come back into the bells and add a little more color if I want to the two bells. But you can see my stars came out gold, my garland, you can see the white in there, although it's not the easiest to see. You probably maybe want to use a brighter color. But overall, that one's pretty cute. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. This is our one that had the 3 layers. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Should have cleaned off a little bit of green there, but you really don't see it. It's not quite dry. I need to let that sit for a little bit longer. Still a little sticky on the back, but I like that. I think that turned out really nice. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna lay this one down, and let's get to our snow globe. Okay, so I see right away, and it's because this is a matte surface. I'm gonna go ahead and need to top coat this. I'm gonna have to top coat this to bring out to make it shiny. So I think I might just use some UV resin to do that. So let me grab my UV resin. Okay, so I grabbed my UV resin and my UV light. I haven't used this in a bit. And what we're going to do is my bottle's almost done. Add some and then I'm going to spread it out. You can already see that little bit on there. See how much? I guess you guys can't see it. The bottle's hiding. Let me bring you in. You can see what I'm doing a bit better. There we go. There. It's like cleaning a window, cleaning the frost off a window. You go from that nice cloudiness to a beautiful, clear piece. Okay, so let me just get this spread out. Now we'll still have that frostiness on the side, which is fine. I don't need to do the sides. I do want to get this pretty green, red sparkle on the bottom though. Nice thing about UV resin is it's a little thicker. You can get the thinner viscosities, but just the regular stuff is a little bit thicker, so it's nice for doing a top coat like this. Okay, make sure we get okay, so I'm just going to cure this up and I'll be right back. Alright, it's dry. I love this. It is so stinking cute. Look at that. I am definitely making more of these to put on my tree. I just think it's so cute. Not quite dry at the back, so I think I touched it and put a fingerprint on it, but that's okay. So you can see the little bit of snow I put in there, the snow at the bottom, and that adorable sticker. I'm taking advantage and making more of these using that sticker pack I got from Temu. But you can get really cute stickers at the dollar store, off of Amazon. And I did get this mold at, pretty sure I got it from Temu. I will look for the link and put it in the description for you guys. I can't. It was either Sheen or Temu. I can't remember which one, but I'll find the link for you guys and put it in there if it's still available. But I have to say this is definitely my favorite piece today. But you know, my second favorite is this guy. I think I will do that in a darker blue, and then my signed reindeer. And this one I really like too. So let me know what you guys think. Thanks for joining me. I know this was a bit longer video, but we got lots of pieces done. So, you know, hopefully it was time well spent for you guys. But isn't that cute? Well, I would love to hear from you guys in the comments. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks. Bye.